We're back on.
We've been here.
Hello.
So, Bri, when did you get back in town?
We got back on Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yes.
How long were you gone?
We were gone for a month.
Okay.
To escape the snowstorm.
Perfect.
Very smart.
Yep. I like that we try and do that for a week.
Yeah.
Or so.
I'm jealous. I'm listening to everything you're saying
I know.
about your plan.
I know.
My ears are perked up.
Oh.
So tell us a little bit about just that trip to California. You find a gym?
Oh, yeah. So this trip around, I signed up for ClassPass. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That way I could go to any CrossFit gym I want to go to. I love traveling and going to different CrossFit gyms, checking out the programming, and doing different stuff. I feel like when I came here, you guys were doing so many different movements than I was used to, and just exposing yourself to different gyms, you learn all type of stuff. So I was going to different CrossFit gyms around LA, and it was amazing.
That's awesome.
So you got to do a few different, like, you weren't just at one CrossFit gym.
Right.
Okay.
ClassPass, you can sign up for 55 credits a month, and each CrossFit session is 4 credits, for instance. So
okay.
You can go to a different class every day, and you can go to Pilates if you want. You can go to yoga if you want, and just use up all your credits.
That's fun.
Instead of buying a $40 drop-in at each gym.
I've never really used it before. Yeah, I always
really
just kind of sign up for stuff. Yeah.
And when you're only there a month, it's like kind of a cool way to get a variety. And you're not
Yeah.
really taking anything too seriously. You're just like, I'm going to stay active and stay fit and just do some different stuff for a month.
And it gets expensive if you're traveling and you want to go to a gym for one day.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of compromise. Do I want to spend all this money, or do I want to just not do anything? So ClassPass, you have the flexibility to do that. And it's great.
You get 55 credits, and you said CrossFit's like 4. Is yoga less?
It just depends on the gym. In Beverly Hills, the classes are 10 credits for some reason.
Yeah.
But if you go to downtown LA, it'll be 2 credits. So it depends on where you go.
Okay.
But it just gives you that flexibility instead of signing up for a 1-month pass and all the extra fees the gym tacks on. You can just buy 55 credits, 99 credits, 10 credits, and just go to a gym like that.
They probably all learn to like operate like that. That's part of why we don't do it.
In our CrossFit classes, it would be people who would maybe have just experienced like yoga, and then they would put someone into the class that was going to maybe come in once a month. They had no previous CrossFit experience. They would come in. Sometimes they'd show up like 10 minutes late. They would not know what was going on. We're snatching. You know?
And it's just different, Ohio. Like, I think we have the ability to build a community here.
Right.
And that's what we're so big on is like trying to like get people that are sticky and be a part of something. And, you know.
It's intimate.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have a gym full of random ClassPass members. Like Dave was saying, they probably don't have any experience. So I think, you know, I'm not sucking up to you guys, but, you know, I've been to CrossFits all around the world. It's special here.
Oh, that's awesome to hear.
It's very special. It's family. Even after I had the baby, the postpartum period, I feel like coming here was my therapy.
Well, everyone thought you were like you were everyone's motivation. Everyone's like, who's that lady that just had a baby? She's out there running, sprinting on the treadmill. And I'm like, you like didn't miss a beat.
You were coming in pretty much right up until.
Yeah, I had the baby in April 25, and we got back from LA in March. So I was here for a month pregnant. Just popped up. Everyone was like, what in the world?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So it was awesome. And, you know, I got gifts for the baby. I'm like, what other gym is like that? You can come and just everyone's surrounding you with love. They really care about your life.
Yeah.
What'd you eat for dinner last night? How's the family doing? You don't experience that other places.
So what was your training experience like before coming to Columbus and coming to CrossFit? Like, what did you do for workouts? And I mean, you came in here with a lot of energy. You knew your way around a gym really well. Like it was obviously a big part of your life and everything. But yeah, what did you do before this?
So boring. I did boot camp classes anywhere I went. Growing up, I was always active. I think one podcast I heard you guys talking about the 90s and Tybo and Billy Blanks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah,
you grew
I
up.
love Billy Blanks.
Yeah, so I grew up around that. My mom was always on an Atkins diet or working out on her VHS in the living room.
Yeah. So how old are you, Bri? I know.
37.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, you seem too young for all this.
No, 90s baby. So
yeah.
Always active. Never really into sports. I was more of a dancer, always on the dance team at college, high school, and just always stayed fit in a boot camp class.
Yep.
I reached a plateau at some point and just, I wasn't seeing any gains. No one's there in the boot camp classes talking to you about nutrition, protein intake, and what to eat. And I feel like my husband's going to hear this, but once I met him, that's when I really noticed the difference. He was meal prepping and weighing his protein and very strict. So I really noticed the difference between working out for fun versus working out and taking nutrition into the equation. But yeah, just doing boot camp classes and going to LA Fitness or.
Did you do strength? Because you've really gravitated towards like the strength things that we do here, and you've gotten really strong, and like that's taken off, and that's the thing I've really noticed with like you've really like how to attack the strength stuff really well. Was this gym sort of where you got more into that, or had you like done any progressive strength programming before that or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Power Hour is another special part of the gym, is you really get to focus on heavy lifting. And thank you, Dave. Literally, I start squatting heavy because of Dave. So I think here is when I really took it serious.
Yep.
There's someone there looking at your form.
Yep.
There's someone there pushing you. And even in the programming, we're going to go heavier this week. So I don't get to just work out by myself and do the same weights. You get held accountable.
Yep.
I feel like. So yeah, I remember maybe in 2020 I was using 20-pound dumbbells. Now I'm using 40-pound dumbbells.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's amazing. So.
Yeah. Really cool. How'd you meet your husband? You said out in California, right?
Yeah, so we met through mutual friends at a party. And at the time, I didn't know he lived in D.C. So I was whispering to my friend, oh, my gosh, that was this guy. Yeah, who's this guy? So we exchanged numbers, and he went back to D.C. in a few days after that. And I was so sad. I thought I had a new boo in L.A. So we did the back and forth long distance, and then I ended up moving to D.C. My dad is a little old-fashioned. He said the woman has to go to the man. So I moved to D.C. and we stayed there for a year and moved back to L.A. and then moved to Ohio, moved back to L.A. We've just been doing the back and forth. But, yeah, I think us both working in the OR is what attracted us at first, and just went from there.
That's cool. So now you're reclaiming some of your power by going out to California for a month every year.
Oh, yeah.
You're
have to do
see,
both.
Dad, he's coming back to me now a little.
Yeah, we have to do both.
Yeah.
So one thing I see, and I know I've seen you and your husband do, and me and Kate like to do it. You guys like to travel, and and it's not just you're not just workouts isn't your whole life. Like you guys like to go out and have some fun and live it up a little bit and enjoy like things outside of the gym and have the gym support this fun lifestyle. So like, hey, you're gonna build this body up and like put something cool on and go out and show it off. Like and not just like keep it in the gym and at home, and like that's you're just weighing food and stuff. So
I love that. I see you guys travel all the time. We had something going at first. We would go on a trip every month, and I was talking to you about the flexibility with our jobs. We can sign up to work a week. We can take a week off, and we kind of plan our vacations around there, going to different countries. Like you said, you worked out so hard for 3 months. You have a little six-pack showing. Let's go, put on a cool outfit and
Lose it all in 5 days.
But that's a good thing about...
Let's gloss it over. Nice little layer.
But Dave and I talk about with the holidays, you know, fitness is a lifestyle. Eat all the things.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Who cares about the cake you ate?
Yeah.
You know, when you come back to the gym on Monday, just work out, and who cares if you're...
I think it's an important part of like living a full life. One of my friends here, I talk about her all the time. We should have her on the podcast, but she's a registered dietitian, and she now does the professional division. I saw she just got invited to like I think it's maybe in Australia, the High Rocks. She does professionally, and she sent me a reel on Instagram, and it was really interesting. Brandon and I watched it, but it was this guy talking about the statistic that men in like their late 40s, early 50s are the happiest if they're 25 pounds overweight. Now, and she wasn't saying get out of shape.
I saw that.
Yeah. And he's not saying that either, but it's something we discuss all the time because it's our brain still wants to be like, hey, we're not the best, or we suck. But then we're like, hey, what really matters? It's kind of like trying to be good at all these things, like be a good friend, have fun, like be good at having fun. Can you have fun? Can you go out and not take yourself so seriously, or you freaking out the next 4 days afterwards? And I've been in that mode, and man, it's just not like a life worth it for me, you know. And I think it's tough because you're trying to push yourself in here, but not take it too seriously and not get too wrapped up in it. And I think that's a really hard thing. But basically what this guy was saying is, I mean, I think he was in his late 50s. He's like, or 59. He's like a guy my age. If I have washboard abs at a certain point, that's not healthy. Like, what do I have to do to sustain that?
Right.
And it's like,
I don't think he said it wasn't healthy. He was mainly saying it was like
not balanced or
yeah,
whatever.
That's not comfortable. Like if I'm 60
still hold
and
on
I'm just
to it. Yes.
shredded.
Yeah. Training and like,
yeah,
you know, minute detail you have to pay to your life and your training, your diet to maintain.
Yes.
That just means you're miserable kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
So I should change up my work. Yeah. So I mean, it's tough because I think like, you know, you want to try to work towards something and maybe like try to touch something like a few times a year, but you can't hold on to it.
Yeah. And I think social media is a major impact on people's perceptions on their body.
Yeah.
It's unrealistic at a certain point.
Yeah,
You're
100%.
on social media, you're seeing people eat this amount a day, do this every day, and you just see that every day in your face, and you think you need to compare to that, and it's just unrealistic. So social media could be dangerous for sure.
Yeah, it's tough. He was talking about that on there too. And you know, I come from like a while ago, like bodybuilding sort of world for a little while, and like when I was getting out of it, Layden Norton is a really popular fitness and nutrition coach, and he's very, very smart. But he had like a whole community, and they would pride themselves on like how many grams of carbs it could get in a day, and how much kind of like in a way like non-healthy food, like we can eat Pop-Tarts or gummy bears. And it's true, like you can maintain
if they could pack it into their macros in
some
creative kind of fashion.
And it was cool to see this side, and it opened up your mind to eating different types of food, and it doesn't really matter that much. But like these people are tracking their food 365 days a year, and I really started to feel like this is a goddamn eating disorder.
Literally.
This is an eating disorder. You all have problems. I have a problem. We shouldn't be here. We should be working on other shit. And I think if you can zoom out and look at like, if I'm going to be healthiest, what is most important for me to work on? And a lot of us in this industry, and we've been doing this for so long, it's usually like being okay, letting go of this a little. That's how I'm going to be healthier. Like if you're just looking at yourself as a whole.
And it's time consuming as well.
Yes.
I want to travel. I want to spend time with family and friends. I want to work out, and I want the workout to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I want my foods to be fun. Even I meal prep, but I want to be able to enjoy the food that I meal prep.
Yeah.
You know, you switch up the sauces, you switch up your chicken marinade. I want to, have order and be strict in a certain point, but I don't want it to be a job that I'm tracking this and I have anxiety when I go out to eat or go on vacation. And that's why I think it's a lifestyle for all of us. It's not just, I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to look like this Instagram model. It just has to be a lifestyle, and it has to be fun.
Yeah.
And
that's a good point.
That's my goal.
Be able to look good in a dress, but be able to go out and eat dinner and have, wine, whatever you like to drink.
Right.
Do that. Get up, lay out be able to do that stuff and feel confident and comfortable in your body. Which balancing all of that is more of a tightrope than people understand. It's tricky to something's usually, if you're doing too much of one of them, it's not good. So it's a tricky balance that we're always working on. And in
I feel like you always have to be a little off balance. At least me, when I have fun, I like to be like, okay, I'm probably having too much fun right now, but isn't this great? And then when I'm being strict, I like to be a little more strict because it's tough for me to like go out and just be like, I'm going to have 2 fries and 1 glass of wine. I'm like, oh, I want to dance. And when I dance, I like to have more drinks. And then
even my husband, he doesn't buy any snacks or anything, but I may sneak a bag of chips in the weekly grocery haul. And that's a balance too. You and your partner, you don't have to be on the same page, but they can influence your lifestyle and diet. So he's more locked in than I am, but I try to.
We'll talk about it.
Shut up. I try to balance it all.
No, it's
Oh yeah, he's so strict. That pushes me.
What's his background like with fitness and all that?
So he likes to lock in, put his headphones on, and lift heavy. He doesn't like all the noise and the classes and all that stuff. He just wants to go lift heavy. I think he played basketball growing up, and he's really good with track.
Okay.
He's always critiquing my run. I'm up here. He's like, move your arms. But he's a track guy growing up.
Okay.
I was just doing that with my son yesterday. He has they do like a little baseball evaluation. They'll do like some sprints, and I'm like, okay, we're going to do some form running because he'll kind of chug.
He got that from me.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm like, hey, we're going to work on your arms.
I'm like, whoops. I see him twisting his hips and stuff.
Put your head down, stay low through your acceleration, get your arms going.
Yeah.
Don't just run with your arms at the side. And so we were practicing that and stuff. So, yeah, there's some technique to it for sure.
I'm just here. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. When you're jogging slow, it's
yeah.
The faster you move this, the more the arms swing.
Yeah,
so, I mean, just jogging, it's fine.
I feel like everyone in CrossFit has the same run.
Well, because I feel like in CrossFit, the run, other than just like testing some kind of fast run of the workout, some like sprints or things like that, or 800s, it's mostly just a manageable pace.
Right. You're just surviving the runs. I know.
It's a fast shuffle or trot.
Marcus Philly, who's an old CrossFit Games guy, he talked about that. He's like, well, after you get it's when you get into CrossFit and no matter what the run is, he's like, once you get like 6-7 minutes in it, it all turns into the same thing. It's like everyone defaults to this, it's like the same sort of thing. So if you want to I'll program them in sometimes, intervals and sprints and things like that into the CrossFit. So we're not just like wearing you out with a bunch of wall balls and now you're running with like no legs and like, hey, this is what like a fast up tempo run feels like every once in a while.
I love those days.
I think we've done stuff before. It's like 10 rounds, like every 2 minutes, run a 200 one or some quick run, come inside 10 pull-ups, rest the remainder of the time. That way, it's like there's rest, and the first thing you do, first element is that run every time, so you can afford to make it quicker and it feels like a manageable sprint.
I actually learned that style. I was at one of the earlier CrossFit Games out in LA, and there was a gym, and it was I love the workout. It was 200-meter runs into like 10 pull-ups for rounds, and then a break in the middle, and we did it again. But we were running on the sidewalk. You know how gyms are out there?
Absolutely.
Through just like tons of like pedestrians, and I was like super into it then. I'd just done regionals like a couple months before it. So I'm booking, like weaving between like people with like briefcases walking around like, in the middle of LA.
That's how it was too. Last week, your cars are coming through.
Yeah.
The roads are terrible.
Yep.
You're avoiding potholes.
Literally, we were out in Chelsea, had a contract out in around Venice like 5 years ago, and during COVID, like during the early days of it. And this is when like, in California, they even like wanted you to wear like masks outside.
Outdoors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we went, did you ever go to Paradiso in Venice? Yeah, so
right by Gold's.
yeah. It's a very cool area in Venice, but yeah, doing some workouts outside, we'd be running. And I mean, some people just, you know, I don't like, and the classes were outside at the time, right? This all sounds so ridiculous, but I mean, I just had one of those gator things. Like, I wasn't wearing an N90 outside.
Yeah.
But I had like the little gator things, you know, like just.
I don't know how people work out with those.
I was running aside. It was like wet. It was like I was being. I mean, it was so sweaty.
Waterboard.
It felt like I was being waterboarded. Like, you know. And then this is a time where there's just like I think they've cleaned up some of the, you know, the homeless population. They were just found ways to kind of like clean up some of the garbage. But there's like vans on the street. There's like tents right in the sidewalk, and like people setting up like turf on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, living life.
I remember I almost got
better beachfront property than I could get it, right?
Yeah.
So we're just running through there, but on the sidewalks. But yeah,
It's so funny.
Yep.
But I started CrossFit in 2020, and the gym that I went to in Santa Monica was all outside. So they would say, go get some dumbbells, but put your mask on, and then come right back outside.
Geez.
So your mask is sweaty, you're wet. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
But that's why I didn't learn a bunch of movements, because we were doing CrossFit outside. There's only so much
Right.
Dumbbells and
out there.
burpees
Yeah.
and
Is that gym still there?
It is.
Okay.
It's half outside, half inside.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Paradiso, or which one are you
This
talking
one was called AMP Association.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of that, but
Yeah, that is one thing that's different about California. You'll see. It's not so much that I think actually when in Ohio that there's a lot better CrossFitters generally than I'll see, like people who are technically really good at the sport. But generally in these classes, like if we're in Miami or like in LA, everyone is just like super shredded and ripped, and like they're there for the class and the workout, not
Because they're walking around in bikinis.
yeah, they're not treating
Or
it
swim
like
trunks.
sport CrossFit
Yeah.
like how people are here. It's like workout CrossFit.
Yeah.
It's a different culture a little bit.
oh yeah.
What's kind of neat though, I'm sorry to interrupt, in those areas, it seems like more people they're more relaxed around it and they enjoy it a little more.
Yeah.
Where like if you take it too serious here, I mean, it's just kind of like what we were talking about. People almost don't seem as happy working out there. They're just like, hey, we're here. And you might be like, oh, you're only lifting 45 pounds. But in the end, like, you look pretty good. You look pretty healthy. You seem kind of happier. Who cares?
Yep.
You know,
everyone has their dogs in class.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, the dog is in a corner and everyone's petting the dog. And
Yep.
the instructor is like, hey guys, let's reel back in. And that's the funny thing with traveling with CrossFit. I don't think I'm the best CrossFitter, but you go and I'm like, wow, I'm lifting heavier than the people in the class. I don't want to compare, but I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
And then there's no scaling either. Everyone's just there doing whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like here we at
a
least
little more
have,
structured.
It's very structured, and
Yeah.
there's people there pushing you. They're, like you said, they're happy. The men are grabbing 25-pound dumbbells and they're like, I'm just here for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try and structure it so there's a little more progression to it. It's a little more organized. We'll notice that when we go, where they'll set up a workout and we'll be in a big class and they'll be like, you know, there's like rowing, box jumps, and a barbell movement, or, you know, and then there's 20 people in class and there's like 14 rowers, and then you just like go.
It's like
and
a
then,
free for all. Someone's
yeah,
stealing
it's
your
like
rower.
random people are just like, you just like kind of grab a free one, and then like there's like a box, and I'm like, this is really chaotic and a little bit disconcerting to me. Like, I think some of it is just how my like mind works. So I'm like, we all need to have our own equipment. We need to have 30 rowers in case we have 30 people in class. Everyone needs their own box and bar and like.
But to like all the points we were making previously, I think this is a place where you can make it more structured and grow, where there it's just a melting pot of people coming and going. So it's almost like you need everything to be more fluid and pick your own weight or whatever. This sort of thing wouldn't work there because people just want to be, they're on vacation and they just want to be more free, where this can be a little more structured and you just got to take each place for what it is.
And I was so confused at one class. I was asking, did we start yet? Everyone's just chatting and they put a timer up for 10 minutes. Get your 1 rep max in 10 minutes and just do whatever you want. Versus here, you know, every 2 minutes, you know, do 3 sets.
Yeah.
It was just, I was looking around like, did we start yet? What are we doing?
What's going on?
I try and keep people on clocks all the time. It just keeps a focus. I'm like, generally every 2 minutes or 90 seconds to just keep people like locked in, because it's like, okay, 12 minutes, do 5 sets of 3. And then again, people are kind of talking and
I'm talking for the 10 minutes and I'm like, oh,
here we go.
I better hit that.
They don't finish their sets, or
One
they finish in like
max.
4 minutes. Right?
Yeah.
This wasn't for time.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're talking the whole time. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. So we're coming up on, your baby's going to be about a year old now?
Yeah, she's
okay.
10 months.
Okay.
What a challenge. I think when I first had her, I was talking to Brandon about just showing up at the gym.
Yeah.
You know, you're sleep deprived. You know, sometimes I get a cumulative 2 hours of sleep every night because she still sleeps with us.
Yeah.
Yep.
Co-sleeping life.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you just wake up and you show up. I don't even think about the previous night anymore. I just
you can't
show up and
because otherwise you won't do anything.
I know. And my goal for this year is not to cherry pick workouts. That's why I like how you're incorporating runs. I hate running.
Yep.
But I'll just sign up for the class. I'm not cherry picking. I feel like I can do that here.
Yeah.
I'll do a power hour versus a CrossFit because I see there's a 800 meter run.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to cherry pick this year.
Okay.
But the baby is just having kids. I don't know how you guys do it. I heard you guys, you put Charlotte down in one room and you put him in his bed.
It's like,
with
and
a
it
cat.
changes all the time. It's always
flip flop. Oscar now he reads.
Now he
in
has
our
to
room.
carry Oscar, and Oscar's like 72 pounds. He's like picking him up to the top bunk
onto a top bunk bed.
But it's
I have
kind
to
of
put
sweet.
him in like limp asleep. He's 10 now and he's getting
10.
big, and I'm like.
But it's really sweet
is so
because we were
cute.
talking about it, like, and Brendan he started saying this a couple years ago. He's like, I don't know how many more nights he's going to want me to carry him in. So every time, and he still wants Brendan to give him like a hug and a kiss goodnight. And it's like, you got to hold on to those things. But
Yeah, because each time I carry him in, it's like their routine switches a little bit. That's over. I'm never going to carry him in again,
What's that saying? It's like you never know the last time you'll pick up your son.
Yeah.
It just
makes
happens
you want
one
to just
day.
like cry thinking about. And it's like all my clients still are telling me this because we haven't really got to the super tough stuff, but like the clients have teenagers and like when they're young, it's all the logistics of everything. You're like, okay, when I don't have to like feed them every meal, it'll be easier in this. Right. But the emotional stuff when they get older, oh man, I mean, like it makes me want to go like F some kids up. Well, like you hear like our daughter was she brought this little like stuffed animal toy for show and tell, and these other kids were laughing at her, and I was like, oh, I got like rage. And Oscar's like, why are you acting like that, Mom? And I'm like, man, I want to show up at school and I want to bully those kids, but I want to dress up as a little kid and put my little kid costume on and be like, I want to make fun of you now. What's up with you now?
Yep.
Like, so it's like, I hear this and I see like clients with kids that are going to college and like, oh, this is so hard letting go of them. And it's like the emotional stuff, man, you don't even realize, like it gets you.
But I love that we are surrounded by this, hearing you guys' stories, even with, putting the kids to bed. Then you have a couple hours to watch a show just with each other.
Or just ideas of like how, you hear something or see something that like resonates with you, like with somebody. And it's cool because it's like everybody's trying to find their own footing and beat your own drum. And it's neat to hear, like with you, like, hey, we're thinking about going to live in California for 6 months and live here. There's other ways to do life.
Exactly.
And I think that's part of why we like to travel is like, hey, cool, this is how they're living in Spain. And this dude's lived in Iran and Spain, and he's got perspective. Like, let's listen to this guy talk,
It motivates you.
Yeah, it does. And you're thinking outside the box of just like how you look at life. And it's cool. We can all like learn from each other. And man, each child's different. And I thought like, okay, I'm never going to have my child sleep with me. And then our daughter was born, and I'm like, this girl, man, she is not like, she doesn't care. She's untrainable. My son, like, well, we got him on a clock, and he's like, yeah, I'll go to sleep now. And my daughter still, I mean, she's wild. But I love that about her too, because I don't want her to listen to anyone growing up. I don't want her to like beat to anyone else's drums. So it's every kid's different, and you know, every schedule's different, but it's like, you know, trying not to let things go too much into dysfunction one way or the other with whatever weird quirks you have,
So,
you know.
Bri, do you have any trips coming up?
We are going to Thailand
Wow.
in November.
Okay.
And then we have little trips here and there. Vegas. We want to go to Virginia, back to California in the meantime.
Yep.
But definitely looking forward to Thailand.
Will you take your daughter?
No, she has to stay here.
Yeah. I was going to be like, that would be tough. Okay. So how long are you staying there?
I think it's about a week trip. We have friends that when we went to Bali, we have a couple friend that lives there. And now they're in Bangkok living. So they're going to host us in Thailand. Wow. So I can't wait.
That's so cool. How was Bali?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go back. They have little beach clubs by the water, a huge CrossFit gym there.
Okay.
With saunas, cold plunge, restaurant. We were there 2 days straight.
Wow.
And they have hotel rooms.
So cool.
At the CrossFit gym?
Yes. Hotel rooms. It's just a whole lifestyle. Yep. I did not want to leave. But
I saw a place in Thailand like that I was showing Kate where they actually have you live there. It's like a compound. Mm-hmm. They have what looks like it's like a schedule. They ring a bell. I don't know. It's like 6 people run, and you can do like kickboxing classes. But then they also have like CrossFit classes. All the true reform runners, and they have like CrossFit classes, and then they feed you, and you like kind of stay. And I was like, and they have the plunges and all that. But it's all kind of outside, you know, and I'm like, ooh.
I will be going.
Yeah.
That looks so really cool. I forget what the place is called, but I follow them on Instagram, and it's like a new thing. I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
Really
I can't wait to go.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, you know, living life, I don't want to put work as a priority.
Yeah.
I would want to travel, live life, enjoy, work out, and just not, you know, you get caught up in work, and
not take anything too seriously. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. You have that perspective. Mm-hmm. Do your parents travel?
No, and that's probably why I'm not so attached to home. Yeah, because I can always book a flight and come back here and see my family. I think they're more of, you know, my parents. You know, in the '90s, no one really traveled.
Yep, you didn't go anywhere. Yeah.
My mom is trying to here and there. She's more adventurous. But my dad, he will not leave 270. Like, he doesn't want to go outside of 270. So, see ya.
Yeah. So, are you getting your mom to go on trips with you or come out to California? Or
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Slowly but surely. She definitely wants to.
Yeah.
But I'm more of, you know, even I'll travel alone if. Yeah. Before I was married, if I went to Jamaica by myself. Cool. You know, you can't sit around and wait for people for a trip. Yep. If no one is motivated or booking your flight, I will leave. I went to Hawaii by myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
I will just up and go. So
that's cool. That's a good feeling where you don't have to wait on other people too.
Yeah, it's hard to get everyone coordinated and on schedule. So I will leave.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That is. Do you have any siblings?
I do. It's 4 girls.
Oh, wow. Okay. What are your sisters like?
My older sister is a traveler too.
Okay.
I start traveling probably because of her. She's into sales and very quick. She reminds me of a New York girl. You know how everyone in New York is fast paced. She's like that. My younger sister, I have a nephew. He's almost 17. That's my bestie. Hey, girl. And then my younger sister's 21. She's at UC right now.
Cool. Okay.
So she's almost a college graduate, but all 4 girls. Yeah, it was a crazy lifestyle with all girls.
Yeah, 4 of them too.
I know.
Your dad was outnumbered, huh?
He was the only guy.
Your dad's worn out. That's why he won't go outside of 270. He's like, I'm tired.
And growing up, we had 1 bathroom, so imagine that.
Oh, gosh.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's
lots of fights.
Yep. That's why nowadays I'm like, I need my bathroom.
Yep.
I need my own clothes. Did you guys steal? I had a friend with 2 other sisters, and they were just always like throwing down on each other, stealing each other's clothes. They're all kind of the same size.
I love hand-me-downs to this day. I'm like, you can't fit that. Give it to me.
Yeah, right. Is that shirt too tight on you? Well, I think it'll fit me. Just got to random people in the gym.
Before I forget, sorry to cut you off. Your chest muscles are goals.
Thanks.
I think you posted a video of her doing some workout. A few months back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, they have the Arnold Pump and Run at the which is going on this weekend, and she's done it a few times, and I mean she's been in the top 3.
I hate bench pressing too. Which
She
is
says
funny.
she doesn't
I
like
hate
it, but she would be like one of the only girls who could max it out. So you do like max out reps, and if you get 30, you're done. They just cut you off, and it's a percentage of your body weight for the women, but it's a pretty high percentage of it, and most of them just like they peter out, and she would every time, boom.
It's funny. Sometimes like what we're good at, we like Dan hating running because he's so good at it, but then it's like people want him to run, and I hate bench press.
She was great at
I was like pointing out the muscle. There's that muscle, that muscle. It was like a diagram.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, Bri, you're awesome.
Thank you.
We love having you here. You're like a really inspiring person. Like again, you're pregnant. You're right here. Like, wow, man, she's just coming. Like she never missed a beat. Like you do all the things. Like you balance, your workouts, your social, your travel, like in a way that like people are looking at like that seems really cool.
Oh, thank you.
And you make it look easy. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for the flexibility when I need to pause my membership for a month to go travel. It's just, you guys get it, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, you're awesome. Thanks for being on today.
Thank you, guys.
I
appreciate it. Thank you, Missy.